Hello, my name is Merlonda West, and I will be doing a presentation called From Diversity to Inclusion Creating Workplaces Where Black Men Thrive. In this presentation, I will discuss the importance of diversity in the workplace and the positive effects of inclusion. I will touch on subtopics such as identity and solutions to cultural awareness and African American males that are impacted due to racism in the workplace. I had the pleasure of interviewing an individual born and raised in a low income community and identifies as an African American male, veteran of United States Army, and a retired labor lead operator. They shared some of their experiences in the workforce and provided their input on why inclusion is needed. I chose this topic because I have witnessed and been a part of racism in the workplace. Black men have been a more sensitive part of the black community because of them being stereotyped, excluded, and mistreated on the job that exists in today's workforce. Men are supposed to be leaders in society and work to care for themselves and for their families, in which the workforce has made it painful to be successful. All non-white employees have in some way been affected by being the minority and being excluded and socially discriminated in some kind of way. While interviewing a minority in a low diversity area, good or bad experiences in the workplace? They believed they were treated differently due to their race and was passed up for promotions. Recaps traumatic experiences of having locker glued shut, a rodent placed in their mail slot, theft of a briefcase that contained important documents. This was all reported to Human Resources with no resolution. Human Resources was not a reliable source as an African American minority in a predominantly white workplace, in which I believe that minorities face these struggles because of management, and that management does not. While growing up in a two, have you ever felt us versus them? Interview stated it was segregated and that he felt the separation within his work culture. Yes, it describes a segregated work environment, which causes minorities to feel they are not included in the work culture. Spatial segregation separates the minorities from the rest of society, which includes occupations. Racism and discrimination are significant factors in the lives of African American males. The perceptions of black males have toxic effects in the workplace, which has created the man of color to have avoidance and defiance. However, some use acceptance. White fear is what happens to black male supervisors being under constant surveillance, poor evaluations and biases with hardships and without promotions. And the responses depends on how those experiences have impacted their work life. Sanders, Roman, Moore, 2023. In my readings, I learned more about. To conclude to this presentation, diversity and inclusion is needed in the workplace for everyone. Creativity and different perspectives of people with different backgrounds and cultures is necessary to keep business thriving. Minorities, such as Black American males, are being racially discriminated against and excluded with stereotypes. Toxic effects that have psychologically, sociologically, and emotionally drained black men from climbing up from positions and getting promotions, such as the interviewee who stated that he was passed up on promotions. White fear impacts how black men are perceived and treated. Thank you for listening and reading my presentation. I'm going to end with a quote. Ultimately, America's answer to the intolerant man is diversity, the very diversity which our heritage of religious freedom has inspired. Robert F. Kennedy, quoted from our book, Understanding Race and Ethnic Relations, Peru 153. Thank you.